Hey y'all, my name is Patricia, a young lady with an old soul, and welcome to my channel, Talitha Coombe. If you get something out of today's video, please consider subscribing to the channel and also following me over on Instagram at Talitha Coombe Ministry for more content. Rejection is a part of life, in school, in dating, in careers, in friendships, and heartbreakingly, sometimes even in family. And those first three scenarios are probably the most common areas where most people will receive some sort of rejection at some point in their life. However, a trend I have been noticing that's been on the rise more publicly, especially in the past few years, but even when I was much younger, is this wrongful connection between rejection and being a failure. Let's be clear. Rejection hurts. I got my degree in theater and I cannot tell you the number of auditions and submissions I've participated in where whether or not I was kind of indifferent to whether or not I get the role, or I was so sure I get the role that the inevitable sorry but no thank you or radio silence really hurt. And in the arts, the ratio between actually getting a gig and not getting it is pretty darn skewed, and you can imagine in which direction. For example, I once submitted around 200 voiceover auditions within a 3-month span. And do you know how many responses I got, even if they were no's? 0. That's just how it is. If you really want it, you gotta learn to keep pushing and go for it. But does that mean I'm a failure as an actress? Well, no, I know this. I know how hard I've worked and how much I've learned along the way, even if I've gotten very few gigs. And as someone who has choreographed so many dances and has even directed some plays, I know full well that you can have a super talented person right in your midst, but still not use them, either because of scheduling, because they don't fit the vision that you have, or something else logistical, not because they stink. Now, what I'm seeing happen is this perfectionism and utopia worldview coming into play. This, if I work super duper hard, the outcome will be exactly what I have planned, so inevitably, when it doesn't work out the way one plans, they get one of two thoughts. I'm a failure, or this is someone else's fault. Neither of which is true nor a healthy way of thinking. We never want to automatically go into victim mode, nor do we want to jump into self-sabotage. If you've ever had to make a big decision, you understand that there are several factors at play. And if your decisions involve other people, then it's all the more arduous. Ever broken up with someone who didn't do anything wrong, you just didn't see yourself marrying them? Yeah, it's horrible. We don't want to hurt other people, but unless you are wrongfully intending to hurt that other person or other people, that can't be the be-all, end-all. Everyone gets hurt sometimes, and part of growing up into a mature adult is learning to accept that feeling, learn from the experience, and start to push through it. Guarantee you at least one person's gonna hear that and think, yeah, I learned that I stink. No, this is both victim mentality and self-sabotage. That's not healthy, not Christ-like, and frankly kind of attention-seeking. What does this wrongful connection between rejection and failure often look like? In dating, it might be that you feel like you are unloved because no one accepts when you ask them out, or you never get asked out, or someone broke up with you. You might think you've failed to make yourself appealing in some way. In school, it could be not getting into your dream college, or even just getting a lower grade on a paper that you slaved over and therefore thinking all of your hard work was for nothing. In careers, similar to school, it could be not getting your dream job or not getting a job in general and thinking you have no future. But are these things true? Don't mistake me, these feelings you have are real. But does that mean they're necessarily unveiling some dark hidden truth about you? Working through rejection is tough, okay? It is. It doesn't matter how many times I audition and get rejected, even if I know my hard work will pay off in some way, even if not through acting, it's still not that much easier. You have to begin to learn how to process it. First of all, acknowledge how you truly feel. Upset, angry, sad, depressed, you name it. Take it to God in prayer. Write it down. Talk it out with a friend that you can trust who can also help you with the next 2 steps. If they can't help you with the next 2 steps, you need new friends. The second thing is flat out rejecting any and all lies that are brought up. I'm unlovable. My hard work means nothing. I have no future. Reject it all hardcore. Make it very clear that these are lies brought up by the devil himself to tempt and seduce you, even if slowly, into a state of self-pity, despair, or self-hate. Third is to further combat the lies by replacing them with truth. I am loved and am so loved by this list of people. My hard work means that I now have a better work ethic and that I've learned a lot in this field that will probably pay off in some way later in life. I do have a future, it just may not be what I pictured, and therefore I will keep dreaming and allowing God to guide me, as this was only a moment, not a lifetime, even if it feels as heavy as one. Fourth is repeat the first 3 steps as many times as necessary. Allow me to emphasize once again that your pain is real. It is. I mean, no one would be insane enough to say that when Jesus' heart was breaking as he thought of all of us sinners on the cross, that wasn't real and he just needed to give it up to God his Father. What? No, that wasn't just going to automatically be replaced with fuzzy feelings. He did not let the lies of Satan interfere. Yes, he's God, but we are called to imitate him, so. And there are other types of rejection I didn't go into detail about, such as with family or friends. Deeply painful and can cause the biggest of lies to arise, which is that feeling like you failed at existing. Don't give in to that. Please do not give in to that. Finally, think on this. Rejection and failure are not intrinsically connected. You are not a failure. Rejection doesn't mean that you shouldn't bother working hard or continuing to learn in life, as those two things are intrinsically connected to rejection's opposite, acceptance and success. And no, someone inheriting a family fortune or business without really knowing what's going on or working at all is not success. That's called luck, and it's probably gonna bite them in the butt later. The greatest successes in life, work, school, relationships, be they familial, friendships, or romantic, require time, hard work, and a willingness to learn. And we often learn best through rejections or mistakes, but again, not intrinsically connected. Furthermore, making a mistake doesn't automatically mean failure either. Going a little bit off script, but failure is when you stop trying, in my opinion. In a world where so much is instantly accessible, waiting for success and acceptance feels like forever. Look how long it took God to send down the Messiah. He had to wait until the conditions were exactly as he knew would be the best fit. The same goes for you, whether it's finding a spouse, should that be your vocation, creating good friendships, resolving family issues, school and careers. They take time, and odds are you will have to go through some rejection before everything pays off. The Lord tells us our timing is not his timing. Our ways are not his ways, and my goodness, is that true a lot of the time. But the more we try to follow God, the more those two things start to coincide. But don't let any of that hurt deter you from working hard, continuing to grow and learn and dream. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please also consider sharing it with someone who you think is going through something like this. More importantly, pray for them and help walk them through getting out of their head and filling it with truth. Again, please consider subscribing to the channel and following me on Instagram for more content, but that is all. Goodbye and God bless.